Okay, so for this particular marinade that we're going to be making, you're going to need olive oil, lemon juice, you're going to need salt, you're going to need some ground oregano powder, some garlic powder, cayenne pepper, and a little ground cumin. Oh, and some agave nectar, just a bit. So, what we'll do is we'll start out by making our marinade. So, for this amount of kale, probably looking at maybe 1/8 of a cup or so of olive oil. And for this, I use the organic extra virgin olive oil. And you always want to taste your olive oil before you put it on, because you can get rancid oils, and once it goes rancid, that is not good. It can ruin your entire dish. I'm just going to do a little taste, make sure we're all... And it's good. This is really good olive oil. So I'm going to add in about 1/8 of a cup of olive oil. And we're going to add probably about 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. We're going to add a teaspoon, actually half a teaspoon, of the ground oregano powder. Half a teaspoon of the garlic powder. An 1/8 of a teaspoon of the cayenne pepper. Actually, maybe half of that. Well, maybe not. Let's see. Depends on how spicy you like stuff. Like a 1/4 teaspoon. Probably a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Might need a little more because we usually massage the salt into the kale. So there's 3 elements inside this marinade which make this work. One is the lemon juice, which is the acid, which helps break down the cell wall. The other is the salt, which also helps break down the cell wall. And the fat, which helps kind of bring the flavors together. It kind of like emulsifies all the flavors together. It's going to need just a pinch of agave. Because one of the things that you want to do is balance out your flavors. So I'm going to add a tablespoon of agave. And agave, for those of you who aren't familiar, is a sweetener that comes from a cactus called the agave cactus. Yeah, you want 5 flavors. Something bitter, something pungent, something spicy, something sweet, something salty. And that's kind of a trick to a good dressing. So let me try this. Because I like the look inside it. You know, either Italian seasoning or the whole oregano flakes. And it needs a little bit more salt. Just going to add another pinch to that. Just going to spin this about. I like a little more spice personally. I'm going to add a little bit more cayenne to this. What did I add originally? Like an 1/8? So maybe add another 1/16 to it. We've got some chopped up cauliflower. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to our kale. You could add bell pepper. It's really good. Like when I make the dinosaur kale, I make a bell pepper, kind of a Mediterranean kale salad. But this is sort of a Italian vinaigrette type of salad. Very basic, very simple, easy to make. Doesn't have to require a lot of time. So I'm just going to toss some of our cauliflower in there. That. Now what I have in this jar are some sunflower seeds that I've sprouted and then I dehydrated them so they give a little crunch. And all you had to do is just take your sunflower seeds and soak them. I think I soaked them for about 4 hours. And then they start to split. I don't know if you can really see that. But they split when they're going to sprout, just like if you're going to grow a sunflower plant. And then I take them, because if I'm not going to eat them right away because they're soaked and they're wet, and I put them in the dehydrator and dehydrate them so that they don't continue the sprouting process, and I can save them in the freezer and use them at any time. So that's one of the cool things about a dehydrator. So I'm just going to sprinkle some sunflower seeds on top. They're a good source of magnesium. So if anyone you know, one of the biggest issues I've seen with people who have diabetes is that they're extremely low in magnesium, and sunflower seeds are a great source of that. So if you have any friends with diabetics, get them to eat sunflower seeds, really raw, organic sunflower seeds, and that can help with their magnesium levels. I get the nuts that haven't been heated, basically the raw seeds, and if you go to most of your health food stores that have bulk bins, a lot of times you can buy them in the raw form. Now, some of them have been blanched. You have to check your source, and knowing your source is really important.
Read your labels.
Read your labels. Make sure there's no oil in them. Make sure they're not salted. They have anything in them. Just get the raw, basic, organic nuts and seeds. So that's cool. Go ahead and pour our marinade in here while he plays the cha-cha music.
Ah la la!
See, I got these in Hawaii. These little, so they're kind of like cool, like salad tossers. Now, if we were just making a tossed salad, this would work, but we're not. We're going to be making these into massaged greens because you want them to be broken down and really tasty. Now, if I let it sit in this marinade long enough and maybe put something on top to press down, I wouldn't have to do the massage. But why not get in touch with your food? So I'm going to go wash my hands. Actually, I'm going to let my dad go wash his hands.
La la!
Because we all know that his job is to get the big massage. And I'll go wash him too. And to this you could add some chopped up bell pepper. You could add whatever you have. A little avocado would be nice. Some tomato, a little bit of tomato. So this is just a really simple salad. You got to get the real good deep tissue massage. You're going to see how much this stuff just reduces down. All right, it looks like it's done.
I think so.
Okay, so let's take a plate with our cool hands. That's what we'll use. Now that we've gotten it properly mixed or massaged, we can take our cool hands here. Look at that. Do you see the difference? It's amazing. It's like totally broken down. It looks almost cooked, or just as good. So, depending on the quantity and size of your kale, you may need to add more or less dressing.
Isn't that nice though?
It's a nice flavor, yeah.
It's nice right now.
So I'm going to take it and we'll serve it up.
It's one of these things that after you taste it, you could say, you know, I could eat this as a side dish, right by itself every day.
Very easy to make. And this dressing that we made for this salad could be used in, with a romaine lettuce as a dressing for that too. I always say if you make a good sauce, you can eat your shoe. So. Thanks everybody that has joined us. We were making an easy kale salad. Most people have no clue what to do with kale, so I figured I'd show you some quick recipe on how to make something out of it that still tastes good. Because you can find more good ways to get greens into your diet than you actually will eat them, whereas most people don't like the taste of their greens, they're not going to eat them, and that's something that everybody's really lacking because greens are so full of minerals. And the more minerals we've got in our systems, the less chance that we have of getting diseases and all sorts of other stuff that people are being afflicted with all the time now. And it comes down to the quality of our diets, quality of our food. And so when you can make it taste good, why not eat it, right? Good night, everybody.